Hi there. Welcome to the Keith Noble Show, brought to you by Auto Chicks and the Nobles Financial Network. Look them both up on Facebook. So we're going to talk today about government corruption. And what is government corruption? Government corruption is when not everyone is treated equally. When government chooses to treat some groups of people differently than other groups of people. When government uses its powers to select winners and losers. When government uses its power to subsidize. When government uses its power to disproportionately and unfairly tax. When government uses its power to apply regulations and laws to some and not to others. This is all corrupt. Just because government has made it legal does not make it not corrupt. Just because you legalize something doesn't mean it's not corrupt. Now, we can go back to the start of the country and talk about slavery. And some states at the beginning outlawed slavery, and some states at the beginning wholly embraced slavery. And wholly embraced slavery was corrupt. Understand that. Now, the ideas in the Declaration of Independence and in the Constitution, which the Constitution, by the way, does not mention race or gender or anything else like that. But the ideas put there were the foundations for ending slavery. It wasn't an acknowledgement that slavery was fine. It was the basis for ending it. And it took 80 years of battle. Ideological battle, moral battle, political battle, and ultimately military battle to end slavery. And then when slavery ended, there were states that adopted Jim Crow laws. Again, this is corrupt. So the idea here that under the law, some people with some racial background could do some things and others could not do those things. And to be fair, Jim Crow laws extended not just to people who were black. They extended in many of the same ways to Indians. In some places they extended to those Chinese and Asian. But understand this, that was corrupt. It didn't matter that it was legal, it was still corrupt. Now we have people who are arguing government should treat everyone unequally in order to assure some sort of minimum equality of outcome. That is corrupt. For the same reason Jim Crow was corrupt, for the same reason slavery was corrupt, that is corrupt. So, we have this Constitution, and before that Declaration of Independence, that put forth certain ideas about the equality of man, and the role of government was to protect rights and property. Now, extending that out to all Americans was a battle. It was a political battle, it was a moral battle, and ultimately it was a military battle to make that happen. And eventually we made that happen. Now, those states that after slavery ended, after the Civil War, adopted Jim Crow laws, were corrupt in much the same manner. They just, rather than slavery, they put legal limits on people of different backgrounds. This was corrupt. It took until, really, the 1960s to bring that corruption to an end. But we had already begun embracing other corruption, starting with Woodrow Wilson, primarily, accelerating under FDR, taking it to, under LBJ, heights that we never imagined, and then it's just gone on from there, in which many people think the purpose of government is to treat people unequally. The purpose of government is to assure some kind of equality of outcome. So, if you've ever owned a horse, maybe you've hobbled a horse before. You hobble horses so they don't run away. So government hobbles people. They limit their movement. They limit what they can do. They limit their abilities through taxes, fees, and regulations. While other people, government subsidizes. And they all say, well, it's for the best ultimate outcome. No, it's for the best ultimate outcome of politicians and bureaucrats. It's not for your best ultimate outcome. It doesn't matter if you're white or black or an Indian or you're Asian. It doesn't matter. It's for their best outcome, not yours. This is what we've seen repeatedly in the United States and around the world. You give people this kind of power and they will abuse it. And it is indeed abused today. People will sell you, well, this is to make your life easier, this is for the environment, this is for safety, blah, 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 blah. No, it's for them. Because every tax, every fee, every regulation, every limit on your life is an ability for them to raise money for themselves, for their families, for their donors, for their friends, for the corporations who go to bat for them. That's what it is. It's not for you. We've had quite the discussion as of late around things like discharging student debt. As though that's not a giveaway to the banks, and that's not a giveaway to colleges and universities. It is. It's not a giveaway to you. Understand that. You were born, created equal with all other men with the same natural rights. When government or anyone else tries to convince you that doing something for you that they're not doing for someone else is good for you, it never is. It creates all kinds of problems, all kinds of unintended consequences, and no matter how much you think it was done for you, at the end of the day it wasn't. So we had student loans come up as a government entity, a government product. We had the government guarantee these loans. And people thought, oh, how nice. They're making sure I can go to college. Now we have people with tens of thousands, some even hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt. Was that really for you? Or was it really for the colleges and the banks? Did it really allow the colleges and universities to so elevate their cost, knowing that the government was not giving you all the money you wanted or needed to pay for it? And they walked away like kings. Banks, by having the loans guaranteed, walk away like kings. Oh, by the way, you can't discharge it via bankruptcy? These are not gifts to you. They were gifts to banks and universities and colleges. None of this is ever for you. Not safety, not environment, not, we'll promote education. No, it made everything harder for you. But for other people, for corporations, for banks, for colleges and universities, these were all free giveaways. Understand this. All men are created equal with the same natural rights. That requires a government that treats everyone equal. Everyone equal. You may hate that person. You may think they're horrible. Maybe you think they have too much money, and maybe you think they made their money in a moral way. Well, it doesn't matter. Government needs to treat everyone equally. Because if they don't, if it becomes a competition for who gets treated better, for who gets what giveaways, then you're going to lose. The people with the most money to contribute, to pay these politicians, to give their spouses lucrative consulting gigs, to give their ne'er-do-well nephews six-figure jobs, those people will win, not you. So we need to demand from government it not be corrupt. And the only way government is not corrupt is if it treats everyone equally. So thank you for tuning in today. We'll see you soon. Look up my book on Amazon, Our Dogs Did Not Bark, a Politically Incorrect Dystopian Tale. And have